Come on. What I'm talking about. Says we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. I said we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Say we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on. I said we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on, y'all.
And that ain't no crime. And that ain't no crime.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the crotch first, joining the camera there.
That's really how we're starting the episode tonight.
That is exactly what happened just there.
I did that the other day somewhere. Like I was.
That's right, the Tuesday stream.
Yeah. I'm sitting there talking or whatever, and I had to move my camera down, and it was just a full crotch shot. It came right back up. I was like, oh wow.
But he didn't realize it until later because he was watching the delayed stream on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching one of the delayed streams, and I was like, huh, that's what just happened. All right, there you go.
Hey.
There's my junk.
Hey, it could have been wearing. It could have been. You could have been wearing a pair of my jeans.
Exploding pants.
Yeah, I've been trying so hard not to show myself on the camera like that.
Welcome to another Friday night. Tonight's edition of Gangstagrass is going to be Jeans Talk. Welcome to Jeans Talk with Gangstagrass.
As you see, I am decked out with the theme of tonight.
Son wants to say hi to you.
Oh, what's up, son?
Hey.
Hello.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
Also, a welcome to Weirdwood11, who just followed us on Twitch.
Woo!
Weirdwood.
We're gonna get weird for you tonight.
Good. Strange junk. What? No.
But
we're waiting all the way to the left.
What we do have coming up tonight is re-premiering and watching a video from our mixtape from last year of us laying down a track called Woe Down in the studio, which is our version of Woe by Black Rob, so we can get a little bit into the world losing Black Rob recently, and some about Black Rob and some about our mixtape.
Here.
So if anybody wants to throw anything about that into the chat, questions, or anything else that you want to know, but we're afraid to ask, this is the time.
No, you should actually be very afraid to ask. You do not want to know the answers to these questions.
But we'll give them to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so ask at your own
What you
risk.
do with them is up to you. That is on you.
Yeah.
I was talking to this cat named AD once, and I gave him some like just terrible advice. I was messing around. AD, that's what we used to call him. His real name was Adolf. He really took that news.
Yeah, you definitely want a nickname when your name's Adolf.
Yeah, you gotta go.
All of the nicknames. You can call me Joe if you want.
Gotcha.
Well, it's Adolf Caesar, man. He's
So
Adolphus.
I guess I got a question to whoever has the answer. Why are they calling Black Rob?
Why did they call him Black Rob?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
He was Rob and he was black.
And he was black, you know. Rap names. What do you want, dude?
That's why they call me Weird Oscar.
That could have happened
Alright,
in his.
well.
That could have happened in his office job. You know, because there's so
like,
many Robs.
yeah, exactly.
Like there's
Yeah.
Tall Rob,
There's Tall Rob,
there's Tiny
Black Rob, Gay Rob, you know, all the Robs.
Redheaded
Too many
Rob.
Robs.
Yep.
Well,
Rob.
thank you.
Roberts.
Thank you for that answer, Disco G. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome. I told you, man. Rap names, dude.
Yeah, I mean the uncivilized answer was a joke that was going around the time that he got busted for robbing the jewelry store. Was that it was a description.
Yeah, that's right. I did hear that. Yo, I mean, it's like I'm saying though, like there may be like rap names may sound really cool, right? But 2/3 of them have really stupid origins. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, one of the most important dudes in the culture for the last 30 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is named Q-Tip.
Rule number 4080. Thank
think
you,
about that
Q-Tip,
for a second.
teaching me what I needed to know.
Think about that for a second. I love Tip. He's an all-time great producer, MC. The man is named Q-Tip.
Because he's picking your mind.
So much so that for an entire generation, if you say Q-Tip, you think of him first before the actual thing that you jam in your ear. And sure, but
you want to jam those in your
Well,
ear.
maybe it had something to do that you jam it in your ear.
Exactly, but he's completely taken that over.
Mhm.
That's him now. He owns that. And that's beautiful. But again, man, rap names, a lot of dudes are, and again, think about Chuck D. His last name doesn't even start with D. It starts with an R. They're so extraordinarily random.
Wait, what about his middle name? Yeah, what about his middle name?
You know what? I don't know. I have to look it up.
Like Damian or something?
His name is Carlton Douglas right now.
That does remind
There we
me
go.
of a question I have about rap
Chucky
names.
D.
I've always wondered when I drive through Long Island, there's an exit called S1W, and I know Public Enemy kind of had a Long Island connection, and I always wondered if they just came up with the S1W name out of that exit from the highway.
Well, no, that was the name of the security
of the First World, I believe.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Security of the First World is what it's supposed to stand for. I'm just wondering if they started with the acronym because of the exit off the highway, and then they
I hope so, and then they made it work into something.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. Dave from De La Soul, Trugoy the Dove. Trugoy is yogurt backwards.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pasta Noose is sound sop backwards. So that was his DJ name.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They're absurd.
Yeah. Well, that's because you can't engineer a great origin story for your name, right?
Nope.
You can't like orchestrate that. If you're gonna have a good name origin story, you pretty much have to luck into it.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone whose pseudonym came out of a terrible fatal Scrabble accident in 1982. So,
I'm glad you're here today, but what happened?
I'm not ready to talk about it.
Whenever you're ready, man.
He's triggered already, dude.
Yeah.
I got lucky with mine. I made mine up.
We had a great talk about I don't know. No. Shanti disagrees.
No. I made up the our son part.
Oh,
no,
okay,
Shanti,
okay. Because the voice of reason you come by very, very honestly.
Yeah. Shanti and Lou that was all them. We were sitting outside his crib one day and talking about something.
Speaking of Shanti, he just sent me a text right now.
Hi, Shanti. Shout out to Brooklyn, Shanti.
He really did. Just like they were like, yeah, I mean, you're always the voice of reason. What do you think? And I was like, huh. Which is 1,000 times better than what I was going by before. Our son, the verbal pyrokinetic. Why? Because I took myself way too fucking seriously.
Yeah, but that's not a bad name either.
It's not terrible, but it's also very, very 93 Pyramid Rap Hat stuff. And by the way, I'm doing a song called Pyramid Rap Hats, by the way.
You know what? It's like that meme where it was like the build yourself a 90s rapper construction kit with that one hat that everybody would get from the military store.
Bro, I got 4 of those. I got a tan one. I got a tan one, a black one. I got a royal blue one that I got from Gorham Brothers. That's my shit. I'm telling you, I'm doing a song called Pyramid Rap Hats just because. I mean, that was my shit, man. I'm a Pyramid Rap Hat dude. I don't even wear one. I don't even talk about pyramids. But if I put one on, I'll be like, pyramids.
So, but Rand, you were talking about our son. So, what was the scenario? What was the situation where you came up with that?
You know what it was? That's just from my dad. That's just from my dad.
And he burned down the house.
I'm the son of Richard. That's it.
Yeah.
But then it worked because it was our son, the verbal pyrokinetic, so it had the whole flame thing happening. Fucking goofy, man.
So it's not like goofy. It's not like Black Rob where it was a description of something they were looking for.
No, they were like, that dude, he looks like Richard. It's his son. That's it. That's where it came from. No, but yeah, that's that Black Rob story. I think that is true. I felt bad for Black Rob because I only listened to the whole album once and it was pretty dope. And I don't feel like anybody that Puff was ever really dealing with, except for Biggie, ever really got enough out of their career, right? Like Craig Mack had Flavor in Your Ear, and then their remix, right?
Well, the rest of the album, making moves with Puff.
Yeah, and they came out, but none of them really hit. Get Down was the joint, but none of them were able to really follow up with anything. No. You know what I'm saying? And when you see how his situation was when he passed, it's kind of sad because in 2000, when Whoa came out, you couldn't go 15 feet without hearing that record from a different car, a different house, a different box, somewhere. That thing was on all the time, dude.
Then he dropped a 12.5-minute remix.
Oh, I forgot about the remix. Yo, that thing went on forever.
Bro,
I forgot about
it
that.
Had everybody on it.
That thing,
and it was still flames.
Oh,
it was still fire.
Find that.
Still fire. I had to. I remember because I drove in 2000. Yeah, because I was back in Boston at that time. I drove to New York to get the record because they didn't have it. They didn't have it in Boston yet. I drove to Moody's Records.
That's so great.
And it was way uptown. It's like 140 something in White Plains Boulevard.
Yeah. I remember Moody's.
Yeah.
J Love used to tell me about that spot.
Yeah, I used to go there to get my records because it was at the time where like Boston would get their hip hop records like a month later than New York would.
Jeez.
I mean, obviously everything was coming out of New York at the time.
Yeah.
So why did it go to Boston first?
A month though. That's a 3.5 hour car trip. Like, how does it take that long?
I don't know. I knew everybody who DJ'd in Boston had to drive to New York to go get it, or take the bus.
See, we used to wait for tapes when I was in state college. Like J Love would go back to New York, and he would bring back tapes. Usually a Stretch and Bobbito show, and we would just hang out and listen to Stretch and Bob tapes, and just minds blown. But by the time Woe came out, I was still doing radio at Penn State. So we had access to all that stuff, and man, it was just, that record was like it was such a great joint that like every version of a hip hop show could play it. So your most underground shows was playing it, like the Flossy shows was playing it, like everybody was running this record. And then the instrumental, everybody wanted to rhyme to that beat, dude. We had ciphers to that beat for 8 or 9 passes around the cipher, and the DJ just kept running it back. It was beautiful. I wish just off the strength of that record, he had a bigger career. It was a fun record. And I enjoy. It was one of the ones that when we were breaking down the list to do, I definitely that one had to be on there. It's just so much fun, and the fellas did such an amazing job on that, man. That's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites on the mixtape. Y'all did the damn thing on that.
It's a great track.
I was saying how much I love my own banjo playing on that track.
Y'all murdered that, man. Y'all did the damn thing on it so hard.
Tell us about it, Danjo, because I believe you have something in store for our barnstormers. So if people are particularly interested in your banjo, they might want to tune into this piece.
Yeah, I should probably say what it is. So we've been talking a lot about the whole barnstormer thing, which is our crowdfunding. Is sort of like a Patreon, but we don't have to pay a cut to Patreon. So all the money goes to us, which we very much appreciate. And
Patreon
doing the whole it's no small feat because we built it ourselves. So props to Sleeves and Dolio and folks for putting this thing together. So we're trying to get people to join up, and I was thinking what would be a cool thing to make. So I'm gonna try to do a video, sort of a series, just a couple of one-offs of just how I play my banjo part, and maybe kind of look at like each of these classic tracks, and sort of what am I trying to emulate, because some of these tracks I might be trying to mimic a string line. I might be trying, probably I'm playing some sort of a piano part, so many of these things. There's so much classic piano in hip hop, but there's also like brass sections. There's maybe more unusual keyboard instruments, guitars, stuff. I will say this: we have not yet covered in the mixtape. We've not yet covered a track where there's a banjo in the original.
You're right.
You could, but they're just kind of slim pickings. There is the original, which comes from I believe 1982, is the Disco 4 doing country rock and rap, which they sampled the banjo part from Bad Bascombe's Blackgrass project.
That's a lot to look into.
Can you pull up that track?
Wrench.
Just because I'm so curious.
Wrench, that was literally the deepest cut ever. You was like, not only am I gonna go here, I'm gonna give you the sample that they got from down here over here.
But
we are literally on like the 4th or 5th level of hell with the depth of that cut. Well done, sir.
Why does that
well
have to be
done.
hell?
Is there any way that you wouldn't believe that if there's a bluegrass hip hop history out there, I have not thoroughly gone down that
yeah, no doubt.
It's true. And so I know you know what you're talking about, but I can't let it go that when I asked about the banjo track and you said, well, it's Slim Pickens.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, man. Really sorry.
Really good.
But
Okay, so
that's
so
not
anyway,
even
what
a
I was
rabbit hole. That's officially a wrench hole.
Yeah.
That
So
bluegrass hip hop history.
So my point was anyway that there's a lot of different instruments, and with the banjo, you know, I'm just trying to emulate it from whatever comes up, and so I figured it might be cool to just have a little insight into what it is that I'm doing. And you know, the banjo community is a fun one. I know there's a lot of folks out there that learn off tablature, learn off of videos and stuff. So you know, my hope is that if there's any banjo folks out there that want to learn how to do this, that are like, I don't know about playing hip hop, you know, hoping to maybe make it a little bit more approachable and accessible. And for, you know, those of you that just like the music and just want to, you know, see what it would be like if it was Gangstagrass, but just only banjo, I hear you. You know, I've received your thousands upon thousands of emails saying, please do Gangstagrass, but just banjo. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to make your dreams come true.
Just banjo. Nothing else.
I don't know why for some reason, I just heard the theme song to Laverne and Shirley in my head.
How does that go?
We're going to do it. Hold on a second. Let me see.
I'm going to do it.
On your mark, get set, let's go now. Got a dream and we just know now. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. There's nothing that we won't try. Never heard the word impossible this time. There's no stopping us.
First of all, this stream is going to get taken down for a copyright violation because there's no distinguishing that from the actual track.
It sounds exactly like it.
Right. I don't know how you pull it off in the key of K, but man, you do it.
That's because the K is universal.
You guys want to hear the Disco 4 song that brought
yes
the hip hop?
Yes.
In 1982, which is, I mean, that's not like the first moment of hip hop. That's pretty early.
That's early.
That's early. Let's just make sure we don't get kicked off of any.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. People are just gonna have to look this up because
that's right.
It's gonna get muted.
But and I want to say too, I'm not going to be sharing this video that I'm doing of the banjo parts. I'm not going to be sharing this with the general public either, because again, my banjo versions of things are indistinguishable from the original tracks. So they would also get taken out for copyright. So you can only see this stuff if you become a barnstormer. So you gotta do it. How else are you going to get your quality isolated banjo hip hop tracks?
It's been a fantastic collection of stuff on the Barnstormers too. Mama Sleeves just became a Barnstormer. Happy to say it only took her a year, and we don't judge if it's taken you a whole year. If you've been watching the stream and hanging out, and you know, just didn't want to make a commitment to the Barnstormers, we get it. You can try it for a month. If you don't like it, you know, you're not trapped. You can go whenever you want. But I think you're
which
really
could be a
gonna
sacrifice
like it.
of $4. If you try it for a month for $4, you really have not lost much. So it's worth a shot. And I think we should shout out everybody that's joined the Barnstormers in the last few days.
Yes.
Because we do have Mama Sleeves jumping in there. We got Cheryl Ramore, Michelle Honeycutt.
Yeah.
Became Barnstormer.
Hey, Michelle.
And Julie Parmenter. So that's from the last few days. Some people that we are celebrating them joining the Barnstormer. As you can see, each individual that joins the Barnstormers is a big deal. We will shout you out. We will jump up and down when we get.
And if you pay us extra and tell us, please don't shout out my name, then we will not shout out your name. But you have to pay extra for that.
Yes.
So you can also pay extra to have a shout out someone else's name in your place.
Wait. Can I say an idea a long time ago when we were talking about crowdsourcing and putting something together like this. Like we could ask people for support, and then in return we could do all kinds of wild things. Like, because when we were touring, so a lot of that money was going to go directly into our gas tank. And somehow we ended up with the idea.
Back when there was gas, you guys remember that?
Well, sorry. Back when there was shows and back when there was gas. Right, but okay, so imagine, if you will, a gas tank, putting gas in it. And so somehow we landed on the idea of, as we would film a video, and as we're putting gas in the tank, we would whisper the names into the gas tank. Michelle. Honestly.
I forgot about that.
Into the gas tank, because that's where your support was going, and obviously it works a little differently now. But
it really is worth pointing out how amazingly valuable and helpful and just crucial the Barnstormers have been for Gangstagrass over the past year. I mean, we could have started this anytime. I know a lot of people started Patreons I don't know, however long ago, but
before the end times.
But but we really did it when we sort of, back in April, I believe it was, of last year, March of last year, when we quickly saw that a necessity was happening, that we were not going to be able to do live shows, and the Barnstormers just came through. The reason that everybody here has been able to get a paycheck, and continue putting out amazing music is really down to the Barnstormers. The Barnstormers were our shows this year. We did some various other things virtually, but really the Barnstormers were our shows. Yeah, Danjo.
And I'm going to say one other thing, and then I'm going to shut up. But you just mentioned a good point about stability, which, even if it wasn't where you were going with it, all this stuff is changing. We don't necessarily pay for gas or do shows, or like, our needs and what we do, how we do what we do can change based on the times. But your support is really the thing that is a constant for us, and that's so valuable. And it almost, I think the really important thing is that it's our own platform. It's not just like, we don't have to pay a cut. It's much more than that. Like, we actually control this platform because it's ours. It's on our website. We built it. And so we don't have to be beholden to, like, what if Patreon, I don't know, like, goes under or some stupid thing? Or what if, confirm for me, are we streaming on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch right now?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let me say this. Facebook sucks. YouTube sucks. Twitch is cool. Twitch is okay. Twitch can stay. But, like, when you're on other people's platforms, it's good that we have this, that it's ours, that it's dependable, and, you folks don't have to worry about, like, supporting us through some other platform that, like,
who knows what might happen, right? Because a lot of platforms start out cool, and then they get bought by Funko Pop Industries and Fun Incorporated, and then they start charging you more, and they start inserting ads in your Patreon or whatever. Who knows what happens?
Right.
Yeah.
By the way,
will always be just us.
Yeah.
By the way, be sure to check out my Friendster page.
Friendster page.
Shout out to Friendster. Rest in peace. It's still going, actually.
What?
Yeah, didn't somebody buy it?
They bought it, and it's
Jay-Z
mostly
and
in
Justin
Asia.
Bieber or something?
It's mostly in Asia, like, really focused on.
Oh no, that was MySpace.
They wanted to keep it as like a dating site focused thing instead of a broad social media thing.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Justin Timberlake that bought MySpace, though.
That's what I don't know. I get them all confused.
Really?
Bieber, Timberlake.
I mean, Will.i.am, yeah.
You can tell the difference.
Do we want to talk, by the way, since we're talking about sites that have moved over to Asia or started there? Do we want to talk a little bit about TikTok and what we've been reading recently and about how that mess works? Or is that just not a fun conversation?
What are we reading? What?
This might be inside baseball.
It is inside baseball.
Yeah.
You know,
what is this? I haven't heard.
Well, and the upshot of it is that, like, platforms are terrible, and anytime something seems organic, it's not organic, which is, really lighthearted fare for a Friday night. So we don't need to go down that road.
And follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, and follow us on TikTok.
At Gangstagrass on all social media.
Yeah.
My mom's been showing me TikTok videos, and every time she does, I'm like, you need to stop. You cannot. We're not having this sort of relationship, Mom.
Farrell, why is your mom cooler than you, though?
Pharaoh's mom does seem to be a lot younger than Pharaoh.
She is. She
looks younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Pharaoh's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
I will say, on TikTok right now are some exclusive content, including one of the greatest sci-fi masterpieces you will ever see in your life.
Oh.
Sometimes you're in a quarantine house and Wrench says, I have an idea. And next thing you know, there's aluminum foil. We understand why he wanted us to specifically buy aluminum foil, which we did. We thought he was going to be cooking. The cardboard boxes are getting turned into other things. We're searching the house for scissors. Like, Wrench is pulling out a knife and just stabbing at cardboard boxes. Like, suddenly all of this is happening.
Meanwhile, I'm on a call downstairs and keep coming in and out, and just like, yeah, this seems right. I'm not surprised.
Speaking of which, we used up actually the last of my blue gaffer tape on that.
Wow.
On that,
I can't remember what I was doing when you guys were doing that. I was probably cooking.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's
either
correct.
cooking or
A whole lot more gaffer tape.
starting the fire to do cooking.
Yeah, we just got a new shipment thanks to the folks at Gaffer Power. Yeah.
Talk about this gaffer tape.
That's right. Oh, I call
That's
dibs
so awesome.
on the really pretty yellow, the pure yellow, not the limey
I'll take
yellow,
that camo,
the
John.
pure yellow. Yeah, camo got my car across the country when its
Nice
bumper was falling off.
and cans in here.
That's
Ooh,
nice.
I'm gonna want that tan joint.
Deep
Okay.
blue.
Yep. Oh, that's a dark navy. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is kind of like a maroon.
So
Yo, those all look the
We
same
really
color.
do need to talk with them about making a custom Gangstagrass gaff tape that we
We
can
do.
sell
Bro.
at shows, and yeah, because gaff tape is the best tape you're gonna find. It does all the things. It does basically all of the things that duct tape does, and does most of them better. And it does a bunch of things that if you do with duct tape, you're gonna regret having done them with duct tape. That gaff tape you're not gonna regret at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yo, who's our guy at who's our guy at
Gaffer Power right now.
Gaffer.
who's our guy at Gaffer Power? I'm about to send him the logo.
Is it Tim? Is it still Tim, or-
on gaff tape right now.
It's
Right
all
now,
of Gaffer
bro.
Power is behind
Yo.
Gangstagrass. The entire
They came
Gaffer
up
Power
with
family.
like a kente cloth.
Bro, can't take off gaff tape. It's over.
Got a tartan.
It's
Oh
over,
my
dog.
God.
It's over. It's over, dude.
Wait, what are we doing?
Requested can
Can't
take
take
off
off
gap.
gaff tape.
Yeah.
Yo, that would be so bonkers.
How do you wear it though? I mean, you have to wear it.
Nah, man, you just
Oh, you just put it on everything.
on everything. On everything.
That's
Stuff
dope.
that don't even need tape on it. Be like, I'm gonna put some tape on these bowls.
You know what? If
Just wrap my TV in tape.
I have it on my suitcase. It helps make my suitcase distinctive.
your shoes are looking
also
crusty,
the cartoon
Sure.
is drawn on it.
Farrah
Right,
has
shoes,
the tape
yeah.
on his suitcase. It helps hold his suitcase closed.
yeah, it does.
I definitely have shoes that are gaff taped around here somewhere. I definitely do,
Yeah.
for sure.
You put it in the heel, keeps the heel on.
So
Farrah, you know you can just buy
maybe
new
it's
shoes,
worth-
right?
Is it worth
No.
explaining? Like,
No.
is it worth explaining what the hell we're talking about? Like, gaffer tape is a tool of the industry. Like, if you're on a stage, behind you is a lot of tape. You know, it's sort of a cloth tape, reinforced kind of like duct tape, but it tears better. The adhesive is much more, it's strong, but it's also much more easily removable from, stages and mic stands and stuff. So it's the tape of choice for, just listen to it. Listen to that sound. I love that sound.
Listen, Brady Shirley on YouTube was like, Camo got his truck around for years. It's no jokes up in here, man. It's no jokes, no games.
I used to work audio video tech gigs, and those friends are still like, you got a sponsorship with Gaff Tape? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
because like, so we'd be on the road, right? And every night we go from show to show to show, and it's like anytime something is loose or breaks or falls off or whatever,
or sometimes if we need to hang a t-shirt on the wall
or something, and you turn around and one of the sound techs has a roll of this tape, and it is usually basic black, it's just what they get from the store, and they're like, they give you a piece, right? Or they lend you the roll, but then they're like, you better give the roll back. All right. So and then you use the tape for some stuff, and you're like, this is some good tape. What is this? And then maybe you go to a store and buy some or whatever. So what happened was, because we used this tape for everything, we realized it was this like best kept industry secret. And what happened was the guy who invented Gaff Tape died, and I heard about it, and I posted, and I happened to be, I was at a high school, playing for like a musical theater production. So I'm hanging around backstage, buying a roll of Gaff Tape, and I just took a little picture of it, put it on Instagram. I was like, hey, this stuff is awesome. This guy created a great thing. I don't know, I probably tagged it like #Gaff Tape. And his company reached out. I was like, yo, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a hard day in our industry. So respect. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'm in this band, and they liked it, and the rest is history. We got the hookup, man, of this really great stuff.
Yeah, and it's American made, by the way. Gaffer Power Gaff Tape is American made. Gotta like that. Because there's, we've lost a lot of industry in this country, and apparently Gaffer Power Gaff Tape is not one of those. So that is very cool. You can make false fingernails with it. I just learned.
We were talking.
Yeah, in this time, just now.
I think every audio
the whole industry with Gaff Tape production.
Oh, wait. So then I wanted to tile that off and bring it back to the Barnstormers. So,
good job, Danjo.
You don't know this if you haven't gone and tried to sign up for the Barnstormers, but if you go and you look, like Wrench said, you can spend $4 and you can just get sort of the basic entry level tier, which would be the nickel tier, and above that you can get a platinum tier, and above that there's like diamond encrusted teeth, I think,
titanium.
But the cream of the crop, the thing that we run our business on, the most valuable commodity to us, cardboard and Gaff Tape.
Facts.
Because you can build anything with cardboard and Gaff Tape.
It's true, and a little aluminum foil, but we didn't mention that.
Aluminum foil.
Or a lot of aluminum foil. It's amazing. I mean, you can even like these two pieces are stuck face to face. Boom. Still totally usable. Both of them. You can use Gaff Tape over and over again. I know we've talked about Gaff Tape for a long time, but seriously, Dan is not joking here. This is, if you're doing stuff on stages, that this is some of the most important stuff. And I've seen bands where one or more of the members is like very, very sight impaired, and wears like thick glasses but takes them off to go on stage, and they'll run very neon Gaff Tape along the edges of the stage so that even when he doesn't have his glasses on, he knows when he's about to fall into the audience.
Or not.
You know what? I'm thinking also of what's funny to me is like they'll use, let's say they're laying the mic cables and stuff on the stage, and they tape them down, big piece of Gaff Tape, fresh one every night, and at the end of the night tear it up, throw it away. And yet I a while ago, I think the battery case on my wireless pack was coming loose or something. I've had the same piece of Gaff Tape on that battery case for 100 years. I don't know how long it's been, but
that's right.
that stuff is treated as disposable, but it's really what I'm trying to say is I love it.
We can talk about Gaff Tape for a long time, as we don't want to test your patience. We just wanted to Make sure we earn that box of gaff tape by talking about
honestly,
it.
I'm a little bit more concerned with the idea that y'all said the pharaoh was 1,000 years old.
What is incorrect about that?
It's just funny to me. Like in my head now, there's like old pictures or like old presentations of pharaoh and whatnot.
No,
it's like, wait a minute.
It turns out he used to spell his name PH.
Oh!
Yeah, but that was only for like a couple decades. It didn't last very long.
Yeah, but you know what it is though? He's a Merlin. You know, he's like a Benjamin Button. So he was 1,000 years old, and now he's actually like he's only got like 30 years left. Yeah, he's gonna be a little baby.
Oh, he's gonna be such a cute little fiddle player.
I gotta give everybody a heads up that I'm hoping my computer makes it through the end of this stream, but I'm getting a bunch of spinning color wheels of death. So pray for me.
We're praying for your computer
at all.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
I'm good.
Would it be a bad idea? I know it's not quite the top of the hour like we were talking about. Would it be a bad idea to try to maybe jump into that video premiere a little earlier?
Yeah,
let's somebody else do it.
I think that sounds good. Let's try it, and we'll see if Wrench survives. And either way, he'll manage to get back before 10, and we'll premiere it. We'll do it again at 10, but we'll give it for everybody who's here now and is hanging out. That seems like a good reward, and we will, for those who want to see it again, play it again at 10.
This is for all the gaff tape talk. Oh, did he?
Oh, no!
All right.
Awesome. So let's
that
talk
answers
about
that question. Yeah, let's talk about the video.
Maybe somebody else can pull it up in the meantime. But
I thought you said let's talk about the gaff tape. Like, that's easy.
Yeah. We play it and then we talk about it, or we talk about it and then play
it. Yeah. Well, I do want to say you could probably make wallets out of gaff tape.
Oh,
people
we've done
do
that, right? Yeah, surely, yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, my favorite wallet of all time was a Tyvek wallet that looked like a piece of notebook paper.
Tyvek wallet, holy shit!
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Tyvek wallets are great. There's a Tyvek Simpsons wallet. I think it's like Dynamite-y or something. If you want to check it out, yeah, Tyvek wallet. I highly recommend.
Yeah, I used to have a really bomb ass wallet I bought in Barcelona. It was made out of a bicycle tire.
Ooh, well now you have a wallet that says Dolio the Sleuth, so that's also not bad.
Yeah.
This rhyme book is actually made out of recycled bike tires.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, my ex-wife bought me this years and years ago.
Yeah, I wore mine.
Made out of old bike tires.
Do all your rhymes have to end with bike tires though?
Yeah.
In that book. Only in that book.
Yeah, just this one. Just this one.
So if somebody else does want to bring it up, feel free.
I don't have it.
I think Dolio is the person I'm speaking to here. I should be clear.
So what now?
Bring what up?
If you want to bring up the Woe Down video, feel free, but no pressure. I mean, we shouldn't do this without Wrench anyway. If Wrench does not manage to get back Wrench by 10, we will do it.
All right.
Yes.
But I guess we can talk about it.
Yeah. So let's talk about the video.
I was going to talk about this cool new toning I found on the 5-string bass that makes me want to play 5-string more.
Yeah.
It's dope.
What's the tuning?
Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it a little bit? Who's the musician
okay,
out
so
there?
it's not EADG. What is it? Tell us what it is.
No, technically it would be B EADG because I got this 5th string, but now it's 80 ADG. And it's so full and big, and I love it.
So it's like, you said ADG, so it's an open D tuning?
I use it more like an open A that has a D.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, this doesn't ring through very much. You gotta do some finagling to make it sound pretty, but that low A is wonderful.
Nice.
And a friend of mine actually has a 4-string bass that is BE DG. I'm sorry, BEAD, and it's so nice to not have that extra string up top, because then everything resonates together better without the extra tone in there. I'm getting nerdy. I'm just having a fun bass night, and I'm just sharing it with y'all.
BEAD is part of the chord structure of "We'll Meet Again." GBEAD.
Hey guys, can we get real quick? Can we? We got a couple of questions here up on YouTube. First of all, shout out to Connect Modding Group. Shout outs from Brazil.
What up, Brazil?
Yo, what's up, Brazil?
Kind Colorado wants to know some stuff about us, where we're from, where we started music, how the group got together, that kind of stuff. Kind Colorado was with me on Tuesday night.
Yeah. What up, Kind Colorado?
What up? And chicanery and such. So, welcome back. It's good to have you here.
We should probably have some sort of FAQ for some of those basics, but
oh, speaking of which, I need headshots from each of you, just so you know.
See?
What?
Okay.
Yo, last time I took a headshot, I was unconscious for like 2 hours. I'm not. Oh, that's not what you mean.
That's fine. They don't need to know.
Sleeves. What about a crotch
I thought we just took headshots.
Sleeves. Yes. What about a crotch shot for Pharaoh?
Yes,
that's the best you're gonna get.
It's for AMA, so up to you if you want to do that.
Since for AMA,
it's identifying.
For the Ask Me Anything.
No, for the American Music Abroad, the people we did New Year's Eve for.
Wonderful
people we did New Year's Eve for. They want headshots. So
nice.
Wait, didn't we just do a bunch of stuff with?
I am just the messenger.
Okay,
you got it.
I gotta shoot a new passport photo, anyways.
Me too. Did you manage to get them to take a good one? They made me put my hair back behind my ears, and I was like, "You're never gonna see that."
My wife is taking mine.
Yo,
because you know why? Where I usually get my shots for the passport is the CVS near my house. And when we were in there one day, and I was like, you know why I'm here? I'll take my passport photo. And they were like, somebody stole the camera.
Wow.
So you can take it with your phone over there on the wall. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to. Just do it at home.
Yo, guys.
I was like, that is the Philliest.
Yeah, right. They be wilding in this town, dude.
Yo,
they be wilding the hell out.
In Philadelphia, people will rob you for practice.
They be wilding in this town.
They be like, I ain't got nothing but this link. Give me the link.
That's trying to get my Boy Scout badge.
It's my larceny badge.
He stole the camera. You stole the passport camera out the CVS. Like that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that cats be doing just so they can be like, "Yo, guess what I stole?"
Right.
I got the passport camera out of CVS. What?
It's like, what?
That's what I stole. I stole the McDonald's the milkshake machine. What? Yup.
Yo, I gotta put this out here.
Went over there.
I'm not trying to. My brother is such a good person nowadays with his baby and his wife and everything. He's
on.
When we were kids, like he's a big kid, and we used to go into our local 7-Eleven and get discounts in there. And when I tell you, my brother just like we never thought he took anything. And then we'd get back and he'd be pulling just like magazines, full bags of chips, candy, like all of those like sour worm things.
Why
sour
do you put a bag of frozen shrimp in your pants?
Seriously, it would sometimes there was sandwiches. Sandwiches. Full on sandwiches with them.
Be like, you need mayo? Hold up.
I've never been so like proud and thinking that we need to talk.
Oh man, remind me to tell you another story from in a similar vein. I don't want to be incriminating people.
Hi, folks.
Wrench is back.
Duct taping this back together, and
well, there's your problem. You needed to use gaff tape.
Oh yeah, taping this back together. I'm trying to catch up on the chat there. Did I miss some discussion about the number of strings on a bass?
Nah, it was about the number of sandwich toppings you could fit in your sleeve.
And right. Your pants when you're stealing stuff. Listen, Kind Colorado wants us at Red Rocks, and I don't know what I need to do to make that happen.
Yo, yeah, Kind Colorado. Do you know anybody at Red Rocks that you would like to connect us with?
You can make that
totally
happen.
Have that conversation.
Make it happen, because we would love to play at Red Rocks.
It will happen.
People have been telling us we need to play there for years.
Right. The person who makes it happen, we will,
Yeah, you definitely get VIP.
Yeah, exactly.
It will happen.
Hey,
that's right.
Somebody.
Oh, thank you, A Curious Bird.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I love that name, by the way.
Yeah, he just sent us some love on Twitch. So that's awesome.
Yay.
We appreciate it. Wrench, glad you made it back.
Back to clean up.
You made it back.
As you can see, the bases came out while you were gone.
Oh, we taking bases out now? Hold on.
Yeah, all right.
Well, somehow Dan got the red base from Pharaoh and removed a string from it. I saw that. That was crafty.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he made it the right number of strings now.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
I love how I can make it bass night.
Yeah, it's bass night tonight on Gangstagrass.
I gotta say, this one, funky tune, and check it out. Oops.
Funky indeed.
I don't have a bass.
Oh no.
Yeah, we need to get you one. Just for show. We need to get you
right.
one.
Just to
so that when
it.
we do this, you have a bass to pull out.
I'm gonna just talk like this for the rest of the night.
I will note that
we should call Paul Porter and get him one.
Right? Yeah, right. To get the extra bass.
For the upcoming mixtape, there was a lot of bass playing that went on, and anybody who paid close attention to the mixtape that has Woe Down on it, My Brother Where You At, would have noticed that you might have caught Wrench playing a bit of bass in music videos from that, and we continued that again. We had some Wrench on bass for some of that, and it was excellent. It was excellent.
I got that bass right here. He was playing my bass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your big, what is it, Big Betsy Bertha? Something like that? The giant one there, Pharaoh?
No, the giant one actually doesn't have a name yet, but when it does get a name, it's going to have a wonderful one.
It's definitely
I'm
Bertha.
excited to name her.
Can I tell you guys Tina Lama's name for her upright?
What is it?
Tina Lama's upright is Large Marge.
Oh, that's so cool! One of the greatest movie scenes of all time.
That's a great name for bass.
Great name.
French was playing Lydia. This is Lydia here.
I need to watch that movie again, actually. Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. I need to rewatch it. I recently rewatched Spaceballs, which ruled. Again.
Jen in the Twitch wants to hear about our summer dates coming up. Well, we're doing this thing. This thing called Playing a Live Show.
June 10th. June 10th it begins.
June 10th is a free show, I believe.
Free show in Shenandoah Junction, West Virginia. I think some of our stuff says Shenandoah Valley. I'm not technically sure if Shenandoah Junction actually is in Shenandoah Valley. It might be. I don't know. But if you look up Shenandoah and West Virginia and Gangstagrass, you will find the June 10th show. Free in a park. Hopefully, still distanced and thoughtful, but I guess we'll see how it goes. So anybody come out on June 10th? Yeah, Pharaoh.
This is going to be our first show since changing the band name to Rappalachia, and we're really excited to start from square one with just one gig, and there'll be another gig after that, and hopefully we'll just build it up. We're starting from square one, y'all.
And then we're playing at a 4th of July celebration.
I'm really excited about that one.
So July 4th, we're playing for 4th of July, which is a holiday I like to call It's Complicated.
That's the new name of that holiday.
I mean, that is the relationship status.
See what had happened was day.
Wait, I thought It's Complicated Day was in November.
Oh.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So see what happened was
also complicated.
It's July. It's Complicated is November.
Wait a minute.
All of this is going on the holiday EP.
I didn't even know about that holiday.
And the one at the end of October, Doomsday.
Yeah, yes.
That's right.
Wherever shall it be known.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes. Richard likes these glasses. I am wearing these glasses in order to summon Ashley in the Twitch. It seems to find out when I'm wearing the Ashley glasses, as they're called.
I like the way that you say summon Ashley makes it sound like she's like a Magic the Gathering card, or something. Card-based game where you wear the glasses and summon Ashley, and you have to, spend 2 mana or something.
Yep.
By the way, guys, why don't we ever play D&D together?
Yeah.
No.
We did that one time, make characters at Wrench's table.
I still have mine. I still have.
I wasn't
I actually
there.
brought mine home because I used it. I used it with Black Trolls because I miss playing D&D. I used to play D&D for hours. Like we go in the crib at dinner time, and then next thing you know, it's 6:30 in the morning. We're like, oh.
But respectfully, Rand, you can't play D&D for like 20 minutes. I mean, you have to play for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But like, would you lose track? Plus, my buddy's apartment didn't have any real windows. Like the one window was like right by a wall. So we would go in there. You know what I mean? We'd go in there with some grub, hang out, start playing, and then somebody would be like, "Yo, I'm hungry." And then we would try and go get something to eat, but it was a college town, so something was open. Dip down somewhere, grab something to eat, go back up in the spot. I'm a little tired. And go outside and like, yo, that's the sun, bruh. That is the. Nope. It's time to go home. Multiple times, I had 2 main characters. Actually, I had 3 or 4, but my 2 main characters. I had a Kensai. It was like a samurai named Revax.
Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Actually, his full name was. Y'all ready for this? Revax Van Elwyn Leifson Marthul.
What the?
I legit.
Listen. My D&D. My D&D is I'm levels on cats. You don't even know. And then his partner was a cleric of Anhur the Sun God named Olarin Brightsun. You was not messing with my D&D game, dude. And then it was Revax. My man had a wizard named what was his name? Oh wait. Yo, our party was the illest, bruh. It was.
All right, folks watching out there, you may have seen some streams before where you thought you saw us get really nerdy. We're trying to raise the bar here.
Nah, bro.
That's nerds.
Yeah, I never really got into it.
Ran, I need you to know. I thought you were gonna say Revax the verbal pyrokinetic.
I'm looking for my character because I rolled a character this year, and I love this.
I'm back in action now. I can even see my share screen button.
Word.
We'll talk about what we're about to watch. Somebody.
Let's get this video up on here real quick.
I think the only games I ended up playing till like dawn was like some very heated dominoes games.
Mm-hmm.
It was Halo for me. That was my cruise thing.
Okay.
When the liquor gets flowing, you bunch of Jamaicans and Barbadians and Trinities and all that stuff.
Are you talking about single console Halo 1 before the internet?
Yeah, like either splitting the 4 screens or like doing the campaign mode and doing that like running that in the night on Legendary.
Yeah, man, assault on the control room just over and over and over again. Yeah. That was the way. That was absolutely the way. Look,
that's my generation of nerd.
Kids these days, you don't understand. There used to be single console, split screen. You'd have multiple controllers, and you don't know. Okay, you don't know anymore, and I hope that it comes back because that's the one thing. Anyway, here's "Woe Down" by Black Rock.
Good transition. Great.
This is a great one because it's, you know, we did it. We originally laid it down in very early 2020. Am I remembering that
2020
correctly?
BC. Yes, 2020 BC.
Yep, before Corona. That's right.
And what you're seeing here is our interpretation, revisitation, recombobulation of "Woe" by Black Rob, and playing it in the studio. So this is capturing the actual take as it was done in real time.
That's right.
We're gonna put it on now. Check it out.
Yeah. Shout out to Buck Wild. Black Rob, what's good, man? Check it out. The only thing that makes it a game is we play for keeps. Expanding man like Steely Dan and dilated peeps. Herbivores talking that tofu but say it's beef. I've been transforming on tapes like laser beak. You only find bars of mine on blazing beats. Hard worker, berserker, not behaving lazily. 13 months of the year, 8 days a week, cooking up the pies. Dare you to take a piece. You got something to say? Please make it brief. I ain't really trying to hear that. The mere fact is these meerkats just trying against the lion, and that's the type of crap that I ain't buying. See, I'm colder than Jedi, mixed with a bit of Sith, getting pissed in the midst of all of the ignorance. Grown man rap educating the little kids. 2000 and later, updated the syllabus. When I'm teaching, I may seem uptight. When they go down low, I keep it up high. Can I kick it? Straight through the uprights. Y'all might be washed, me I clean up nice. Whoa. Them molasses bros coming with the fattest pros, overtaking haters so you can't even be mad at those. Have a hole, a lot of love when we rapping shows. Arms pointed at the sky in the savage pose. Recognize the rectangular sign. We're so implicit with the lines that the mental advised. We're kicking it live. Rhymes that are getting your mind, keeping the eyes locked on and getting the prize. Bridge the divide. Watch us come together as we jump across the groove like a stack of 45s when you dust them off. Act a fool, whole clip full, about to bust them off. Bring the fire and the brimstone, make you huff and cough. Rushing out my shoulders like explosives with the background. Operators standing by, need to act now. Heed the call, divine inspiration for a smackdown. Shout down, give a brother room and watch him black out. Whoa. Gangstagrass rocks the show. No amateur, all pro. That's my man Banjo. Where's the mastermind? He is the maestro. That's my brother Pharaoh. Lee CT is on the dose. Oh no. That's the 2s and 1s. Gangstagrass, this is how we get it done. Whoa.
Yeah. Everybody unmute.
We used to be so cool.
I remember those guys.
Bruh.
Right.
Shout out to that pie.
All right.
Dolio made that pie. That pie was delicious.
So guess who's in the Twitch now? In the Twitch chat?
Oh.
Guess who has been summoned?
Summoned by the glasses.
Ashley, what's up?
Here.
Yeah. Rachel Lee Walsh is in the Twitch as well.
What up?
Good friend going back, and Assimism. Man, we got good folks in the chat right now.
So in the chat, do you guys everybody like that little video? And have you familiarized yourself with this whole mixtape project that we did, available on where is it, AudioMac, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and YouTube.
And it was a cool thing, and we enjoyed making it, and it's really cool. And I want to talk a little bit more about this video in a minute, but I want to share something with everybody, which is that we're working on another mixtape.
And not just working on, but pretty far along on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm listening to tracks right now.
Pretty psyched about it too.
A whole other mixtape coming your way.
It'll be ready soon.
One of the songs got stuck in several of our heads for more than a week. If you can imagine.
Because of what we're doing with it. I mean, so I will say, we were very faithful to the original works with this first mixtape. And with this next one, I think it's fair to say that we got a little bit further out there. We were a little bit more transformative with it, and we've kind of created some new things. It's all in the spirit of the original, but I'm really proud of what we've come up with so far, and I think that you're going to dig it.
I just can't wait to listen to the whole thing. I mean, we did some run-throughs at the quarantine house, and it was really sounding amazing.
I even FaceTime 5-1 for that particular song, and he was pretty psyched about it too.
We got to the point with a bunch of these songs where it starts coming together, and you see what it's going to be like, and then you're like, oh man, I can't wait to show this to people.
Yeah,
this is going to be crazy.
So stay tuned.
And then there's that other song that we did. Oh, and that other song. Mm-hmm. That joint.
That was
out.
Yep. And what about? I mean, So we are definitely going to release some of those tracks early to the Barnstormers. So just one more reminder here that OG status is going away. That OG status already applies if you're already a Barnstormer. You are in, you are covered, you don't need to do anything. If you are already Barnstormer right now, you're good, you are one of our OGs. And what we mean by that is the people who got into the Barnstormers in that first year to really help us out in the time when it was most crucial, when we were just building the program. And that has made such a huge difference, and we want to reward you, not just immediately, with some cool stuff that we have in the works for our OG Barnstormers, but also forever. You will, as long as you remain a Barnstormer, you will maintain that OG status. It will stick with your Barnstormers account. So as long as you maintain your Barnstormer,
that time over? Is that year over? Are they too late?
They are not too late.
Not too late. We're declaring that year to end at the end of this month.
The time is short. Time is short. So May 31st, get in by then, and you too will be an OG Barnstormer, because we know there's a bunch of people who are like, yeah, I totally get it, times are hard, or I just don't have the time to think about it right now, there's so much else going on, and we totally get that, and we know that you're out there, and we want to make sure, because you have been supporting us with various other things, dropping the bits in the Twitch chat, or donating, or buying merch. You've been supporting us in other ways. So if you want that OG Barnstormer status, get in by May 31st. And as I say, it will last forever. So there will be throughout the long and fruitful existence of Gangstagrass, there will continue to be times when we just go directly to the OG Barnstormers, with particular special things that we want to provide for you guys specifically. So like meetups and, shout outs, special songs, all kinds of stuff is going to be just for the OG Barnstormers. So after June 1st, you can still join. Like, by all means, still tell people about it, spread the word. We love our Barnstormers, but OG status ends at the end of this month. So get in while you can, and you will get early drops of the mixtape tracks, and you'll get Dan's banjo how-to on the mixtape, which I'm really excited to see. I'm going to share this with all my banjo playing friends. We've got some tracks from our son that you haven't heard before. We've got a couple. I believe it was this month, just in the last little while. Maybe it was last month. Maybe it was last month that we dropped a couple tracks that Wrench has been working on, and asked the Barnstormers to tell us what they think. And personally, by the way, Wrench, they both forking rule, and I'm really excited to see where both of them go. But if you want to hear those, it's all there for the. I think that one might be Platinum and not Barnstormers. Yeah. That's right.
We've put out some really cool stuff, some really excellent goodies to the Barnstormers this last year. Some exclusive performances, some behind the scenes stuff, downloads of Gangstagrass Volume 1, and some stuff from the archives that's not available anywhere else now. So it's been a very cool year. We hear from the people that have joined the Barnstormers that it was definitely worth it. So we feel like we've got some good stuff in there, and you get in there now and you've got access to the whole past year of downloads.
Oh my gosh. And that whole Gangstagrass Volume 1 thing that's serious, because it's hard. It's real hard to find that. I mean, you would have to do some very serious digging, and you probably still wouldn't even find all of it. And but for Platinum and above, you get all of it. For Nickel, you get a good chunk of it. Nickel's only $4 a month. Although you do have the option when you sign up, and this is fun, to increase that number if you want to. So like if you want to pay $5 a month for Nickel because you just want to round up like the number 5, whatever. If you like the number 7, you can throw that in there. If you want to pay more for Platinum, you are welcome to do that. We just wanted to make sure that people have the flexibility to get the music that they want at a contribution that doesn't break the bank. Or if you have a bank that's like unbreakable, definitely check out Cardboard and Gaff Tape, because that is the ultimate level, as we have discussed.
We had somebody new up in the Twitch asking about our backstories and whatnot a little bit. Well, who was that?
That was in the YouTube. That was in the YouTube. I was gonna say, do we think we could introduce each other? Like, yes. Do people know where people are from and whatnot well enough to do that?
I know that Pharaoh is not okay right now, because Pharaoh. Okay, so the bass.
Pharaoh always plays the bass like that.
I get a certain tone this way, man. It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, this is like like this, It's
all
just
right,
a really nice tone.
Yeah.
Astolio, he makes real good pies, and I really wish I had a pie right now instead of sitting here raw dogging this bagel. Much rather have a slice of pie. I'm eating a plain ass bagel. Ever since you seen the video, I've been thinking about that damn pie. So,
raw dogging pies, by the way, happens in the movie American Pie, which dates back to the Halo era or thereabouts that they were discussing earlier.
Nice. Nicely done. And see, I'm impressed that you know a movie.
All right, so I'm going to introduce the whole band. Check this out.
Okay.
All right, so.
the whole band. Just like the live show.
Yep. All right, so this kid underneath me, I don't know how y'all screens is or whatnot. Hold on. Actually, hold on. I do know.
I can.
Wait, no. Just you leave right there. Right there. Okay. All right, so to my right, the guy that's just doing that weird thing with that piece of wood.
Phrasing.
That's Brian Farrow. He's new and young and amazing, and we poached him from other musicians because we decided he would be really, really dope for us. And so now he's ours. He's our fiddle player. He plays the bass for us. He sings, and he's amazing. He's from Nebraska, lives in Baltimore, and roams the universe like a madman, doing yoga in between gas fill-ups. And is a pretty dope dude. Like, honestly, if I didn't have kids, I would completely be you. No question.
I don't have kids, so everybody can live vicariously through me.
All right, so directly above me, that is Dan Whitener. He's wearing his. You are wearing that fucking Nationals shirt, aren't you? You piece of shit. Dan Whitener is the greatest thing to ever happen to the banjo. Honestly, if you say banjo 5 times in your mirror, he might appear. So be careful with that.
You guys have to stop doing that, by the way.
Like, he's got a kid now. Like, I got stuff to do.
Really?
He did just have a son, and he's extraordinarily happy about it. He's a different dude. I can tell by his mannerisms. He's an amazing singer, songwriter, extraordinarily talented musician. He knows more about music than most of you know about yourselves, quite honestly.
Because he went to Bard College.
Yeah, he like if honestly, if we were playing D&D, he would be our bard.
Yes,
that's correct.
That's correct.
And he's amazing. To Dan's right, that's Sleeves, and Sleeves is the world's greatest cat hoarder.
Hoarder?
If it wasn't
I don't
for
think that's what you mean. Not hoarder. Just to be clear, there are actually no cats that live in my house.
Hoarder, whichever.
I do not have any cats. Just for the record.
And I say that meaning I used the wrong word. No,
I was very confused there for a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I was really expecting, like, are there cats back there?
Herder of cats, because quite honestly, if it wasn't for Sleeves, the 5 of us, like I said the other day, probably would have gotten on a plane to go to Morocco. Even when they said we couldn't, we'd still be roaming around Morocco somewhere. Pharaoh would be in Madagascar somehow. If there is a human being you need to figure out how to get something done, to figure out how something sounds the best when it's written and or spoken, and that will definitely give you the reel on what you think you're supposed to be doing. Boy, shut your mouth. That's Sleeves, and like we've all said this a million times. Without her, we'd be completely lost, absolutely lost. And I say that only because the gentleman in the bottom left corner, there's so much on his plate, right? Because he gave birth to this entire entity, there's so much that he has to do with it, when we all know that what he wants to be doing is just making amazing music.
Making the music.
And nobody makes more amazing music than Wrench the Mastermind. This man has literally created a genre of music. That just doesn't happen. And I try and tell people that, when we're doing what we do, when was the last time a genre of music got created? Like, maybe you can say EDM, but all EDM is like, hey, we want to do some stuff with some samples, so we're gonna steal the shit that hip hoppers was doing and make it really, really fast. Here, have some ecstasy. That's all that really is.
Well, if you watch the Trolls movie, you'll know that in ancient times there were 6 genres of music.
No. See, you just lost a music stripe. I just took a stripe from you. Bard College is on the phone with me right now about your degree. Scroll.
By the way, that stripe brought to you by Gaff Tape.
Brought to you by Gaff Tape. Last but not least, and I only chose Dolio last because I've known him the longest. I consider myself a fairly smart dude. I got a couple degrees. I can read and write and shit like that. You know what I mean? This guy has a degree from MIT. Now, you can have a degree at MIT in basket weaving and still be smarter than most people. No.
They don't actually offer basket weaving. There's no number for basket weaving.
You can get that one at Harvard.
Come on. Well, maybe someday MIT can catch up to the real world.
This guy,
Right.
he was like, I'm going to go mechanical engineering. If the world ends, like if everything shuts down, I'm calling D to start it back up. An extraordinarily brilliant human being, and has the nerve, has the unmitigated gall to be a monster on the microphone, an absolute monster. The only reason I stayed dope for the last 20 years is because this dude has been in my cipher, and I was like, you know what, I can't. If I get whack, he's not going to talk to me, and I don't want that. A showman, a performer, unmatched, and a wonderful human being. Dolio the Sleuth, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gangstagrass, the world's greatest bluegrass hip hop band, and I am
Thank you,
the
Noli.
goofball that reaches stuff on the top shelf and gets to hang out with them.
What?
Philadelphia born and raised, our son, genuinely the voice of reason. When everybody is sick of having conversations with you about stuff you still somehow don't understand, our son will have that conversation with you.
And he is a painter of lyrical pictures.
A painter of lyrical
Okay, I see. So
pictures.
our son introduced all of us, so now all of us are going to introduce our son.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
That's how that works.
What do you got?
Mount Airy's own. A house on Rodney Street will become a national monument in his honor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would actually be
You can't just use his own words to describe him.
All right, he is. That is true. I could though.
Well, you could.
it makes it much easier.
Yeah.
Then they would know it's all bullshit.
No, I will say I have been described as the heart of this band. I think our son is undoubtedly the soul of this band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Pure truth. No bullshit here. Our son was born in a log cabin that he built himself.
That's true.
Some notable achievements: he's counted to infinity twice. And you know when you go to a museum and the statues have no arms or heads, just cut off at the neck? Our son is the person that got hired to take off the arms and the heads from the statues.
It's true. He to this day has a very large collection of arms and heads.
Yes.
But he did that back in the day, way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's true, man. I want to say that counting to infinity stuff is no joke. I started counting to infinity. I'm only half done.
Little known fact, when Rand got to infinity the first time, he then started backwards. Got right back to one.
Backwards from
started
infinity.
counting up again.
No one says that he's gotten to negative infinity yet, but he did get there.
That's not a thing.
There,
Everybody
at least
knows
once.
He's the human selfie stick. His arms are long enough, not just to reach out and take the whole group's photo from there. He's not even extending as far as he can there. If our son extended his arm its full length, it would actually go around the world and scratch himself in the back of the head.
You guys have seen Space Jam with Michael Jordan? When he does that slam dunk at the end?
Yeah. Our son taught him
that.
Hey, Rachel Lee Walsh just subscribed. Thank you.
And we got a couple Barnstormers.
Oh, and that's Noli gifting. That's Noli gifting. Thank you, Noli.
Noli, you're the best.
Yeah, and a couple people that joined the Barnstormers tonight. Shout out to Danny Gibbs and Stuart Gaudet. Gaudet.
Yes, Stuart.
Like
welcome, y'all.
Danny and Stuart, you are rocking it tonight. Welcome to the Barnstormers. Keep it coming,
I
folks.
also like to say that our son, the voice of reason, is the 215th brother I know.
The 215th the 215th person I've ever met.
I remember it was the first time we got off the plane in Dallas.
Oh my God!
It's my jersey.
I thought
Eagles
we were
chant.
about to get jumped. My man, he got off at the gate, came out, and just did the Eagles chant right out the gate.
He wasn't going. Goddamn thing too.
Fully bedecked.
I like to
in
believe.
Eagles gear.
I like to believe that he was.
And he looked at every text in there and said, "What?"
I think he was thinking about it the entire flight. Like as the plane is landing, he's like, he almost said it, but he's like, no, not now. I gotta wait.
The only
until I
reason he
get
wasn't
out the
wearing
jetway.
his Philadelphia Eagles cape
I didn't have it yet.
was because he didn't have it yet.
I am, however, claiming the word bedecked.
Bedecked.
That's getting jacked.
Oh, hey, we should let people know that next week is going to be an awesome team stream. Next Friday night, we'll have special guest Reese Palmer.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you should know. Reese is rocking it with a podcast called Color Me Country and all kinds of amazing connections. She's out there repping it for the whole insurgency, diversifying country music today. So she's going to be dropping some major knowledge on us next week. It's going to be an amazing show.
She not too recent. She actually just recently, not too long ago, made her return to the Opry.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. That's excellent.
Reese's been doing it. I'm looking forward to chatting with her for a bit.
Yeah, and we have a bit of a collaboration coming out on that front as well, which is exciting.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, are we talking about that?
It is quite awesome.
Wrench, what are we willing to say about that?
What?
Just that. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all we're gonna say.
We got a little something going with Reese Palmer. That's what we're going to tell you.
But what I want to say is, I want to see us on the Opry.
Yeah, that would be dope.
And
That's on the list.
I feel like it would never happen. I feel like the building.
No, it's happening.
Never say never.
Hey, we got Station Inn. Station Inn was step 1.
That's a good point.
Grand
That's
Ole
a
Opry
really
is
good
step
point.
3.
Yeah, we've
Like
already
Station
done a
Inn.
lot of never happened stuff.
That's right.
How do I say this in a way that's not disrespectful? Like Station Inn is cool, like they got it. I don't know. Look, if the Opry hears this and is like, "We're cool, and I'll show you," then cool. All right.
I think step 2 here is Dolly.
Mhm.
No, that's Dolly is the final step. Dolly,
Right, which is why step 3 no longer even matters.
doesn't matter.
Wait.
Doesn't even
Absolutely
matter.
not.
Wait.
No.
Can you guys? I'm sorry to put a little bit of secret sauce out there, but Dolly singing with us on "Please Don't Take My Home Away." I don't know that song yet.
They
but,
don't know
oh
that
my
song
God.
We don't
yet.
know that song yet either.
No.
Yeah.
They don't
You
even
guys won't know
it.
that song for a long time.
But man, I mean, it would just thrill the ever loving pants off of me too.
No, Dolly would.
I'd
be
actually
But
like
keep your
to hear
pants on.
Dolly singing
Keep
Nickel
them
and Dime Blues.
Oh,
Bro,
That would be great.
that'd be the
You throw a
wildest
little
thing
extra
ever.
steak on that knuckle sandwich.
Mhm.
yeah, dude, with the
Yo,
acrylic
that
nails
would
and
be
everything.
Yeah,
wild.
And that verse might really have to be done by Loretta Lynn because
Oh,
she
yeah.
is the queen of fight. So I'm gonna kick her.
Oh yeah, that is just wait. Is she the one who did Fist City?
She did
That would've been-
City.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fist City. Yeah.
She also did you Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, which is another I'm gonna kick your ass song. I got another shout out to a new Barnstormer coming in, Peg Farrar, joining tonight. Welcome to the
Hey.
Barnstormers, Peg.
Yeah, Peg.
Yeah.
It will come back to you. Come on, Peg.
And I think Peg,
Welcome to the
I
floor.
believe that Peg is in the YouTube as Kind Colorado.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Peg is the she's the ace.
Yeah.
Daddies.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Peg. I hope that we answered your questions about who we are and where we come from. But stick around.
thanks.
We got more to tell you.
That's right. That's right. Because we
That's
will make up
beautiful.
totally different stuff
That's
next
what I'm
week.
putting
Totally different.
But-
Now your name is stuck in my head in Michael McDonald speak.
Was it Danjo that did the Michael McDonald song for karaoke one time?
No, it was your friend.
Oh, okay, it was Brendan. Yeah, my
Hey,
friend
which
Brendan.
Michael McDonald song was it?
But I was definitely singing along.
The
I
amazing
love a
one.
good Michael
Yeah, it
McDonald
was
voice.
the Michael McDonald song.
No, man, you know.
It goes,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's a good one.
one. Michael McDonald was the original booty tank.
Right. Right. Oh snap!
Ooh, apparently, Rand, you brought Lillian in Chicago super into Michael McDonald again after one of your streams last year.
Listen, Michael McDonald is such a G, and I was talking about it last year. I was talking about I did a Steely Dan show last year. And how you heard him, he did backgrounds, like, so he did he sang backgrounds on Peg. He sang backgrounds on a couple of their joints. And every time you hear him singing background on something, you know that's him, right? So from about 71 to about 78, everybody was like, yo, call Mike up, get him in here. And so he's all over the place, right? I listen to just, you put on some Doobie Brothers, it's a wrap. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just chilling, listening to take it to the streets, jumping up and down like Rerun and dropping my tape recorder. 3 people get that joke.
True that.
3 people get that joke.
Yo, but like the thing is, like Michael McDonald, Doobie Brothers, those were like, they got played on black radio so much that folks thought they weren't brothers.
Yeah,
I did.
Everybody thought them
I really
black.
did. And honestly, I thought they were black, and I couldn't figure out what Michael McDonald's face looked like from his voice, because I thought he was black, but it's just like I just can't see what his face is.
Like if you're looking at the band,
voice,
like, one of these is.
You'd be like, that's him, right? No, that's Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay, question from a facial recognition challenged person: is that a thing that happens to people? Like you hear a voice and you picture their face, even if you don't, even if you've never seen them before.
Yeah.
Seriously, how do you do that?
I don't know. I mean, I know that Barry White looks like what he sounds like.
He does. Yeah, he does.
Like some people look exactly like they should, like they sound. You're like, oh yeah, okay.
Like if you ever, like the first time you heard Sugar Free without seeing him, when you first saw Sugar Free, you were like, oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
I just look at Gilbert Gottfried's face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Why you gotta do him like that?
No, but he looks exactly like he should look based on his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Michael McDonald was not that dude.
But there's some people that you can't put that together. Like,
and they're all
like the first time you saw Mike Tyson and the first time you heard Mike Tyson, you were like, no,
there's no way that's him.
These are just like, television. No. This is not what I'm hearing right now.
Obviously, that man's a puppet. Rick Astley's another one.
Yeah,
Rick Astley's another one.
Rick Astley's young Michael McDonald.
Rick Astley's face and Rick Astley's voice are the ultimate Rick roll.
Right.
You hear his voice.
Lisa Stansfield.
Just like, it's Rick Astley again.
Lisa Stansfield. But with Lisa Stansfield, at the very least, you had to know she was British.
Yeah.
The first line of that song was, "We had a quarrel," and nobody says that in the United States. I was like,
oh, okay. She's one of them. She's like Estelle. She's one of them black British girls. Okay, cool.
Dictionaries.
The guy that sang, what's his name? Bobby
Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell. Yeah. Listen, it's still people just finding out Bobby Caldwell is white. Like, what?
Yeah, I was like 30 when I found out.
Oh, you know what? Maria Smith on YouTube just got a great one. What's the guy that played Gomer Pyle?
Yeah, he looks like he sounds.
Jim Neighbors. Was that his name? Jim Neighbors?
Like, the thing is that he looks like he sounds like Gomer Pyle, but in real life he doesn't.
Yo, there's some bass in that man's voice. Like, what?
Have you heard any of his records?
Mm-mm.
Yo,
Gomer
your man's
Pyle.
voice is...
He got pipes on him.
Yeah, he can blow.
What about who's that guy's name? What's his name? You got a friend in me. You got a friend. Randy Newman.
I only know the cartoon Randy Newman from the Family Guy episode where they went to the Twinkie factory in Natick.
Oh.
That's it. That's all I've got. That's everything I know about Randy Newman.
That's about it.
Does he actually look like that? Because I can picture the cartoon.
He is a cartoon. Yeah, he's only ever done music for cartoons because he's a cartoon person.
That's what I thought.
Oh Lord.
I am old, and I remember when Randy Newman came out with "I Love L.A." and there was
Yeah, I
a
remember that.
Yeah.
card and everything. That's
Wait.
when he was like being like an actual rock star.
I
not
Love
just-
LA is Randy Newman. I wouldn't have put that
Yes.
together.
Yep.
Interesting.
Randy Newman.
You guys are blowing my mind tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention we played the Woe Down video, and I was going to shout out we had a cameo from Sleeves on that.
Mm-hmm.
Playing in pies.
Oh.
Well, more importantly, you got a cameo from Dolio's amazing sweet potato pie, which is just out of this world. Speaking of which,
Yeah, shortly after that taping, like we had to stop between songs to just destroy that pie.
That was a good ass pie.
Yeah, rest in
sat
peace to
there
that
for
pie. That thing did get murdered.
I wanna really, really give you guys mad props for having resisted that pie for as long as you did, because you were focused and you got a bunch of songs recorded before destroying that pie and just
Yeah. I mean, you look at the pie in the video, and there's no holes in it at all.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a severe act of violence, though.
You promised there never were. Immediately after that video.
Look at him.
Gonna stick to rock.
No holes that you could tell.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yo, but that was a sloppy pie. Yeah.
So the pie that I made with Dolio's sweet potato pie recipe was so delicious that I made it with purple sweet potatoes, and I made, you have to like mash, you put a bunch of ingredients together and you mash them all up, and it's all in the song. It's on YouTube. If you look up Dolio the Sleuth and sweet potato pie on YouTube, it will come right up. And but the mashed potatoes that I made to create the pie using this recipe were so delicious. I ate so many of them that I was only able to make one pie, even though it is a 2-pie recipe. So beware, you might eat half of your mashed potatoes before you actually create. But that's fine. You can basically have half delicious mashed potatoes and one full sweet potato pie. With this
Committed a sin yesterday. I made sweet potatoes for the kids, and I didn't have any butter.
Uh-oh.
Let me just tell you how these children looked at me. Like they just found out I wasn't their father or some shit. Like it was like, who are you?
I mean, if you bake them long enough, you don't need any butter.
I was like, my bad. I had gone to the store too, but I don't use a lot of butter. I'm actually started using this avocado oil substitute because I'm saucy like that.
That stuff is nice.
I mean,
but yeah,
do you put avocado oil substitute in your coffee, Rand?
No.
Okay, well,
Do you put
you're
butter
still drinking
in
butter.
his
I
coffee?
said I'm saucy like that. I'm not that saucy yet.
If
All
you
right.
keep heavy cream around your house,
Yeah,
you're still-
heavy
you're still-
cream.
You're still drinking butter, basically.
Drinking butter.
Yo, I saw somebody do that once at a wedding that we did at the hotel I used to work at in the line in. They had
Why you gotta blow up my business like that, Randy?
they had drawn butter, and the one dude was just doing shots. I was like, bro, he was so hammered. He was just like, ah. I was like, wow, you did a shot of hot butter. Are you okay?
Randy, I thought we agreed you wouldn't tell people about that.
I mean, I didn't say a name. That was you. I created a whole other world around that. I didn't know you then, but you put
I
yourself
mean, you
in
didn't
that.
say my name, but you
you
said
totally
someone who
misunderstood
drank
what
butter.
butterscotch was supposed to be.
What else do
I
you have to
wasn't gonna
say?
you put yourself out there, pal. That was not me. Yeah, your man was doing shots of butter. I was like, all right, I quit.
Speaking of disgusting things, has anybody ever taken a bite out of an onion?
No.
Yes, I ate an entire onion,
Yeah, some
It's
people.
not as bad.
It's not bad.
and
Yeah, it's not.
ever
as bad
since
as
then, I haven't been able to eat raw onions.
Oh.
My grandma in Oklahoma eats raw onions, like an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bite 'em.
Wow, that's thugged out. Like
You know,
that,
the
that
only
is.
thing I can think is like, how does she smell?
With her nose.
I was gonna do that.
Oh, the dad joke.
Very
Yo.
carefully.
Yes.
Yo, that really sounds like something that like she would do, but like if she was like a frontier grandmother from like 200 years ago, like that was just something that they did. and your grandmother just held on to that. That's amazing. Like, I kind of want to hang out with her now.
Well, you know, she turned 100. She turned 100 last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Turns out that's the secret.
Yeah.
Secret to long life
Maybe it
is just
is.
eating raw onions. Yo, that would be so banging.
Yeah.
The guy came back to the earth and was just like, "Why aren't you guys eating the onions? That's how you
Y'all
do
gotta
it."
figure this out. Like, y'all was eating
told
these,
you it
these
wasn't
apples.
the apples.
You saw what happened with the
Told you.
apples. You should have been eating the
Not
onions.
the apples. You're over here listening to the doctors.
Right.
Solomon
Should have
lived
been
900
listening to
years. You know
Johnny
why?
Onion seed over
Onions. Yeah, right. Johnny Onion seed.
I just want to say it has been a year that we've had this live stream, and we've managed to go a whole entire year without somebody saying the word doctors while doing air quotes with their hands. Everybody. It's so long. So long.
And during this
And now we gotta
particular
take it
year,
aside and
that is
remember-
amazing.
Right.
That is amazing. Speaking of which, if you are on Clubhouse, please be aware that there is some badness around vaccines happening in the Clubhouse, and if you are in one of those rooms and you have the stomach for it, feel free to try to help them see the light. And the reason that I say this is because I now believe it's possible. Because our dear friend Dr. Nisi was in one of those rooms. Dolio was there for the front part of it. He did not have the stomach for it, and that's okay.
Nah, it was more so because of the fact that they wouldn't like unmute me. Like, I wanted to say, because it was at this point that where like there was a bunch of anti-vaxxers like ganging up on Dr. Nisi, and you know, I'm one of the, both Nisi and I live by the wish doctrine. Like, I wish a motherfucker would. And I was like, yo, because they were like ganging up on her, and I was like, yo, what you not finna do is gang up on Nisi. And they was just not gonna unmute me. So I was like, you know what? I'm off for this.
And it sounds like that story could end very badly, right? But as it happens, Dr. Nisi, to her great and enormous credit, hung in there. And after some time was able to speak again, and she actually persuaded a lot of people. They got additional follows for Hood Medicine. She got additional follows on Clubhouse. People actually listened to her and expressed that they changed their minds as a result of what she said. And just think about the enormity of that in our current culture. Somebody changed a mind by speaking rationally and thoughtfully in a social media context.
Hero.
Yeah, that's rare, to say the least.
It can be
Hero
done.
work.
It can be
I was
done.
shocked.
Take heart.
I'll be like, so the person with doctor in their name can't convince you of shit, but your man, YouTuber
Yeah.
with that wears the
YouTube
chicken mask and be like, listen here, I don't know what you know, but I know that vaccines are the thing that makes you blind. Everybody knows that. Really? Is that so? Is that
vaccines took my left nipple? I'm like, no.
That's you want some science? That's science for you. I don't have a left nipple anymore. Why? Because I got vaccinated when I was 7. Really?
I didn't slip on a knife.
Really? That's what happened? Oh, okay. Damn, cuz that's crazy. Anyway, I'm going over here. Yo, honestly, I'm so pro-vaccine at this point. For as hard as people are anti-vaccine, I'm trying to get all of them. Like I got my Pfizer ones. I'm trying to get my Moderna ones.
Gotta catch them all.
And then 2 of the Johnson & Johnson just because. Like, I want a matching set of all of the vaccines.
Well, the thing is, consequently, doing that is precisely how you get extra nipples.
That is how you get extra nipples.
The real question you gotta decide is how many nipples do you want?
Exactly. How many nipples do you
How much time you got?
So, Kind Colorado asked in the YouTube chat, who is the YouTuber with the chicken mask? And I feel like even if you weren't making that up, I think we should just not answer that question so as not to give this person any additional views.
Yeah.
I bet
Because the
money.
thing is that even if you did make it up, I'm sure it
Bet
exists.
money there is one.
Right.
I'll
Do not
bet
Google.
money.
He spoke it into existence.
Yeah, right. Somewhere there's a dude in Kansas just talking shit.
Yeah. But like, yeah, the anti-vaxxers is like one of the reasons I don't answer DMs. I don't. So, I appreciate follows and things, but DMs, I'm sorry, I don't even look at them anymore.
Yeah. No, it's a good rule. And the problem I think with like YouTuber wearing chicken mask, it kind of gets back to like the nature of the search engine, where like if you're searching for YouTuber with chicken mask, I'm sure you're gonna find, at least if not that, you'll find something that's relevant to your interest. But like maybe you shouldn't be searching for YouTuber with chicken mask. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe there's some other sites that you need researching on.
Yeah.
See, the problem is the guy who's wearing the chicken mask is not actually a mask of a chicken. It is a mask made out of a chicken.
Made out of a real chicken.
He cut open a chicken and stuck his head into it, made some eye holes.
Got my vote. Man,
It sounds like somebody that plays in the band Primus.
I was on Primus's tour bus once.
Hi, kids.
That's
You put
hilarious.
a chicken over both of my eyelids.
How? Now you can't just
Couple
say
times.
that
Couple times.
without. All right, there's a story here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for stories time with Auntie Sleeves.
It was not actually Primus's tour bus at the time, although I believe like there was a like leftover lamp and some stuff. But no, it was the former Primus tour bus, then being used by a different band.
Oh.
I was like, if you were on there with them,
I wouldn't know
why?
Primus if I fell over them, to be totally honest. They were like, this used to be Primus's tour bus, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, this was Optimus Prime when he was a bus? What?
Much more likely.
I'm bus.
No.
I think you would know them if you fell over them. Only because if you fell over them, they'd be like, "Hey, watch where you're walking. We are Primus."
That's right. If they sang the South Park theme song, I'd be like,
Right,
hey,
so
I know you guys.
I've actually seen the cartoon renditions of them,
Oh yes,
but I don't know what they look like as humans.
Right.
about
Exactly.
the same.
Really?
About-
Is it? It's accurate. Like the Randy Newman cartoon is accurate. By the way, thank you, Maria Smith, in the YouTube chat for confirming that the Randy Newman cartoon is in fact a good representation. Helpful.
So was the time on that formerly Primus bus as awesome as our time on Willie Nelson's tour bus?
Yeah, by the way, I was going through pictures the other day and found a picture of that, and we looked like we were on Willie Nelson's tour bus.
Yo, I did not know there were pictures of that.
I got a picture.
There are not.
I got a...
There are not. Nope.
Show them to me, but do not show them to anyone else.
Or the memories, or the Barnstormers.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that was a fun day. Hey, that was the day we got a UNESCO Heritage Award.
UNESCO.
That was the day we
Award.
got the first UNESCO International Innovators Award. Thank
That
you.
is true.
Yeah.
And then that next year, we went all over to...
Our living rooms and
Yeah, that was in the
our
living room for-
bedrooms.
Yo,
Some
and
of
then-
us
then,
walked
look, I
outside
went in
a
my
couple
basement.
times.
Yeah, but the day after that, we had gold-plated gangsta steak.
We did
Oh
have
yes,
those
we had
have
the
gold
gold-plated
plated
gangsta
gangsta
steak
steak.
that next day.
That was a real thing. You know,
That's
that
when we
is
got to the
still,
Illuminati.
no matter how many times I tell my phone's autocorrect to forget gangsta steak, it will not do it. Every time I try to
Yo,
type
I
Gangstagrass, it's
I
like, do
keep
you
a
mean
picture
gangsta
of the
steak?
gangsta steak in my phone.
Yeah, I still got one
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, sleeves. Your phone's dictionary is like me because I won't ever forget that gangsta steak.
Nope.
Yo, the vegetarian in our crew ate some of that steak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Somebody puts gold-plated steak in front of you. Try a piece.
Yeah, you got it.
We'll have to let the people at Inshira know that if they gold plate the haggis, Wrench will eat that too.
Yeah,
right. Veggie haggis.
They did make amazing. That vegetarian haggis was so good. It was so delicious.
Was pretty good.
And the best thing about that night was the gin. I'll never, ever forget that gin.
I don't remember the gin.
You don't remember?
That was pretty good.
Did you go out and have your own adventure there? That did happen a few times in Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
After dinner, after the haggis, they brought out the elderberry gin.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember now. Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Because we drank all of it.
Y'all did hurt that gin.
And then we spent the rest of the night in Narnia.
Oh my God, those were some good walks. Some good walks past the Highland Queue.
All right, nobody knows what we're talking about right now, so
yeah, that's true.
So what we're talking about is
we're talking about Scotland. In
the before times, we did a couple of shows at a estate in Scotland called Inshira.
With a lord and a lady.
Yeah, when you say estate, you mean the estate of
Lord and Lady Inshira. And
Lady Caroline and Lord Mike.
I actually Tuesday night when I was it Tuesday? Last Tuesday, I was talking about the album, the song "The Right Honorable."
Right,
came from there. Their children have titles as well, and their title is "The Right Honorable," so on and so forth. Hey, Lillian, resubscribe. You rock.
Yo.
Yeah, their title is "The Right Honorable." So I was like, well, all right, that's gonna get used as a song title, and it sure enough did.
Yeah,
it sure enough did. So if you ever get a chance to escape this country, and go somewhere else, go to Scotland, find yourself a show at Inshira that you would like to go to, and go there because it's magical.
Yeah, and seriously, Highland Views are
they have fantastical beasts.
Yeah,
like, magical garden.
Did you ever see the picture of a cow that had gotten like a shampoo and blow dry? Have you ever seen that? That's kind of what a Highland Q looks like.
The Highland Q.
Highland Q.
AKA baby unicorn.
They're the redheaded emo kids of the cow world.
I feel like that's disparaging, but I'm not sure.
Emo kids are fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with redheaded emo kids.
It has that redheaded stepchild sound to it.
Oh, redheaded stranger.
Yeah, that's the funnest stepchild. What are you talking about?
No, I agree.
But remember, if they're redheads, they don't have souls.
What?
Oh, that's right. Some people
you never heard that,
don't they? That's so
That's
crazy.
a thing.
That is so nuts.
People have this idea that people with red hair don't have souls. That is a thing.
Then explain Ed Sheeran.
That humans believe. Listen to me. My old barber in Delaware is convinced by the movie Soul, no less. The movie Soul was enough for him to decide that white people don't have souls.
That's fair enough. Seems all right.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
He told me this while I was wearing a mask. He was cutting my son's hair, and so I couldn't be like, "What the fuck?" So I just mouthed the words under my mask. Your man was dropping so much wisdom. I was like, bro, this is a thing now? These are the things we're saying?
He's like, bro, you've been in quarantine too long.
Keep in mind, this gigantic Negro looks a lot like me, dreads, you know what I'm saying? He actually grew his dreads out because he liked mine.
Aw.
Has a white wife. And mixed kids. I was like, so your kids have half souls? Like, what are you saying to me?
Yeah, how's he
I'm
reconciling
just
that?
going to take a stab in the dark here that might have, maybe there was something particular in that history that had something to do with him.
I don't know. But this is all relatively new.
Is his wife a ginger?
I don't think so. I don't remember. But like, this is all relatively new. I've known this guy for a while, and he used to cut my hair and was dope, and all right, cool. And then he just, like, when I left Delaware, your man just made some curves. I was like, word, this is happening now.
But I like that. I think if you are having trouble in a relationship, you should just declare something about that whole group of people.
You know what?
Fine with my wife, she's white. White people don't have souls. And that's where you can just go crazy with it, Left-handed people don't have elbows.
Once had a homie that had like this thing about people who were left-handed. He was like, left-handed people are shady. That's why you say righteous instead of leftous.
Is that rule 4081? Left-handed people are shady?
I was like, yo, bro, just put the butt down. He's like,
there's a correlation. It's true.
Yeah, leftist is just become a part of my vocabulary.
I love the things
Please
that you can say in a barbershop sometimes.
Leftist. Oh, that hurt. Oh, boy.
Well,
and now you can go into a barbershop without a mask if you're fully vaccinated, but consider whether that's something you really want to do.
And you shouldn't do it if the barbershop says wear a mask.
Listen,
here. There's all kinds of good reasons to keep wearing masks. This is what
made that statement important. 2 words. Can and if.
I watched your Instagram live, Rand, and I wanted to post it to the Gangstagrass Instagram, but for some reason that's a hard thing to do. But I really wanted to, because seriously, you should all go check out our son, The Voice, on Instagram and watch his live video of it. It's so good.
I can get the Hood Medicine people to share that as well.
Yes.
We can repost that on the Gangstagrass site.
Yes, please make that happen.
If.
Can and if would make that an important statement.
I was saying it with you. We need to TikTok that and make everybody just repeat can and if along with, because that if is super important.
Yeah, it's not that hard, man. Sure, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. You can stop wearing a mask if you've been fully vaccinated, if you are in a fairly wide open spaces, cool. This does not mean, oh, you know what? It's time for me to go start licking stuff again. No, it's not. That's not what that meant at all. That is not what any of that meant.
And Noli makes a great point in the Twitch chat, which is one of the things that we've been talking about, and is one of the reasons that we've been careful about what shows we're booking and where they are and whether they're outside and what the rules are and all that kind of thing, is that, there are still a lot of kids, if you have an asthmatic 6-year-old, that kid that kid is still vulnerable, and what you're going to want for the health and safety of your kid is for everybody else to still be being really mindful about not spewing potential virus particles into the air.
Careful, because even though all the adults in our household have been vaccinated, we're still taking it safe because my son is not yet of age.
Exactly.
For approval.
I will say this, though. I'm a little bit tripped out by people that wear a mask in their own car. What's going on in there?
I guess if you're an Uber driver.
Probably more they forgot they they had it on.
I hope so.
I hope that's the case. It off because I've done it a couple of times. I'm just oh yeah, I still got this thing on.
I was driving the other day and did the same thing. Which is also I was driving the other day and I'm how was I driving?
I was wondering, that was exactly the question that I was wondering. Right there. Exactly.
I was. I forget why and how, but I was.
Why do I still have this mask on? Why am I driving this car?
Will you please
this is not my beautiful house.
Can we please do something to commemorate when the CDC does announce go out licking things time?
Yo.
Bro, I don't know.
I'm doing all that.
I cannot wait for Touch Your Tonsils Fest.
As soon as they tell me that I can go start licking stuff again.
I'm going to stay in my house when that announcement happens.
That is the technically accurate terminology that the CDC will use. They will announce on this day it is now licking things all over the place there.
You can go lick stuff.
Yeah,
you can if.
Question: are people stuff?
Are people what?
Stuff.
People
count as stuff.
I think
maybe not people, but if they have stuff on them, that counts.
That's good.
Well, here's the thing: we have stuff to do, so don't get arrested.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And hey, speaking of arbitrary dates that commemorate meaningless things, I got an hour left before it's my birthday.
It's almost Banjo's birthday. Happy almost birthday, Banjo. In the UK, it's already your birthday. So Poet of Cornwall, I'm sure, has already wished you a happy birthday.
Oh, word. Thank you for that already. So I'm going to spend this next hour asleep.
Yeah. Go.
Wake up. It'll be your birthday.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And you'll be at your parents' house, and I bet your mom's going to make, like, yummy things. And maybe, like,
she's gonna make
dad will
bacon
make
pancakes.
some brittle.
Strawberry angel food cake. Strawberry is in the angel food cake. Yeah, man. Just the way my mom used to make it, and it is still my mom making it. So the same way. The same way.
It's been an engaging conversation. We've certainly learned something. Maybe not as much as we have during some of our special guests. But we have laughed a lot, and that is good for the soul.
We did talk about.
I cried. You cry? You cry? Just me.
Come back next week on Friday night for special guest Reese Palmer.
Yeah.
To talk all about it.
That's
that
right.
should be lots of fun.
And we've got the Saturday dance parties happening tomorrow. That's you, right, Wrench?
Yeah.
All right. Wrench has been doing some real fun stuff with his Saturday dance party, like playing all kinds of, music that y'all are creating in the stream with your words. Dolio's been crushing it on his Saturday dance parties too. That'll be the following Saturday, but right now, tomorrow, 3 p.m., Gangstagrass.tv, Wrench is going to do it up. And then we've got Tuesday, Our Sons, your favorite rappers, or just whatever he might be talking about.
That's my new, the new title of that is Therapy Tuesdays.
Therapy Tuesdays. That's right, because we're getting past our negative feelings about things.
Yes.
learning what the positives are about those. And Danjo, are you going to do a Wednesday stream this coming week?
I'm still doing it every other week.
Every other. All right. So he did last week was amazing. If you missed last week, go back and check it out. Dan and his dad just busting out a bunch of bluegrass classics and originals. It was a joy to watch.
That was 2 days ago. That was awesome.
And he was dropping knowledge too. I have to have him on as a guest again and just sort of let him talk. And this time I should probably listen to him. I think. It was really cool. It was a really nice thing.
Yeah. And then we'll be back here next Friday at 9 p.m. with Reese Palmer. And in the meantime, those of you who are not yet Barnstormers, make sure that you go to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers and sign up and get your OG status and tell your friends who like Gangstagrass if you think that this might be a thing that they'd be into, or you can gift it to them if you want. All of those are options. If you gift it to them though and you use their email address initially, you might need to have them to have them do the second piece of the thing. So I don't know. Yeah. The gifting thing is a little tricky. Feel free to back channel me if you have any questions about that.
Yeah.
And we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Gangstagrass.tv.
True.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about.
Y'all be cool.
What up?
Raw dog and bagels. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait. Could we go ahead and sing happy birthday as best we can?
A Zoom singing of happy birthday is always a good idea.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Barbara Bill.
Dear
Bill.
you.
And many more.
Is that bad? Love you guys.
Happy birthday, Danjo. See everybody tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Happy birthday, Dan. Love you, dude.